Hey guys, I'm back, and this time we're now going to do an audio commentary on Island of Dwarfs, Episode 3, the flashback episode, in which we have Roberta, Tyrannos, and Soros coming across an old foe. Or in this case, for Roberta, it's an old foe. And that, of course, is Sphinx, or sorry, not Sphinx, Pharaoh, the Spinosaurus. Now, I know it's a trope that's been going on for a long time, like Tyrannosaurus Rex versus Spinosaurus, and usually it causes a lot of it causes quite a fierce debate among fanboys of either animals that they just don't essentially agree on certain points, like how Spinosaurus could defeat Tyrannosaurus Rex or the other way around. My explanation here is actually that why not, instead of having one animal beat the other, how about we have a fight that ends in a draw both times? And here's actually the first time where we have a flashback as well. Like, this is the first time where I'm adding in like a flashback sequence, as you can tell by how greenish color looking, or at least it's actually more of a yellowish tinge. Although now on my tablet, it actually looks like it's regular footage. But yep, this is actually Soros when he was Tyrannos' age. And he comes across Pharaoh, who is a little over 20 years old at this point. This happens obviously 8 years in the past. Yep, comes across a sleeping Pharaoh. Soros tries to leave quietly, but because of the wind blowing towards Pharaoh picks up Soros' scent and winds up chasing Soros to kill him because he's a competitor. Killing the babies of your rival species is the only way to make sure that none of your future meals get taken by a future competitor. And this is actually the first time where I'm actually using prehistoric parks music, like like Daniel Pemberton, like when Soros was out wandering around, and this scene here where Soros gets back to his mom, and then the face off between between Pharaoh and Sphinx, or sorry, not Pharaoh and Sphinx, Pharaoh and Roberta. And yeah, you can see this is what I was meaning in Episode 2, where filming straight while the sun's like behind you, like straight ahead in front of the camera, while the sun's right behind you, means that your shadow gets in the way. So I've learned that it's better to actually either film from the side as opposed to filming in the exact direction of where I should be facing. And I also like how like this panning shot works. But in any case, actually, I guess I'll just now talk about how this fight scene was originally supposed to go, because I actually cut out a couple of scenes that were supposed to happen. What actually was supposed to happen here was Pharaoh smacks Roberta to the ground, and she was supposed to bite him, or she was supposed to bite her onto the side, as you can tell by that opened area on her right side. And this is what happens here, where Pharaoh is distracted and then gets knocked down while also bitten on her side as well. And here she was actually supposed to kick Roberta off of her. She was supposed to do that. I just couldn't, figure out how to do that without having my fingers show up. But in any case, now what was I talking about again? Oh goodness. But in any case, like essentially, this was supposed to be different, like how it was supposed to be filmed. Like it was supposed to be filmed a little bit differently in what was going on in my mind, how it should go. But also the fact that this flashback takes place 8 years prior means that their wounds like their wounds have healed, but they're open scars that can be easily aggravated via too much movement on that particular area. Like anything happening on that particular side of the animal will aggravate the wound and then reopen it. So yeah, essentially, in Roberta's case, she's actually been relying on her older son Soros to provide food for her and Tyrannos. And as for Pharaoh, since she wasn't as heavily injured, she was also she was still somewhat relying on her son Sphinx for food. And this was actually filmed on the exact same day as the flashback because the original shot of this, here, let me just pause this for a sec. The original way that this was supposed to be filmed was um like you see in the next scene after this where Roberta leaves. What was supposed to happen here is that it's Soros, Tyrannos, and then Roberta leaving. But Roberta, when I was moving the toy, she wound up falling over onto her side. I picked her up and then was literally moving her along like this, but she was actually bouncing along on her butt. So she was literally walking on her butt. So I had to refilm it to make it look as though she was actually walking away properly, like this shot here. That's how she was supposed to walk, which is why this scene here looks like a normal color, like how it was originally filmed. Well, this was the audio commentary for Island of Dwarfs Episode 3, and I'll see you guys in Episode 4. Bye.